What's up guys, KobaltKai here. Before I get this video started off, I just want to give a brief apology about what happened in November and the beginning of this month. Last month I did say that I wanted to have Kaiju Chronicles effectively released in some early patch version before November the 15th, but there were a lot of things that happened to get in the way of that at the last few minutes and actually all of last month. For starters, the enemy AI was pretty bugged, to be honest. It was incredibly bugged. You couldn't actually damage the enemies, but they could damage you. Some of them actually just straight up crashed the game. It was basically Sonic 06, but without any of the polish of Sonic 06. Oh, I had to essentially like redesign the enemies from the ground up, including their AI. And that also kind of included some of these sprite animations as well, but for the most part, I got the save files working. The enemies are now working, and in the project, well, they're in line to be released in the game projects. I didn't want to like release several different types of enemies all at once because it's the start of the game. But that being said, I just wanted to say that the game is effectively available on Patreon now. If you guys would like to see it, there's a link down below in the comments. For this video, I had to clear my throat. For this video, I want to primarily go over some of the different updates that I have done. I can't really say too much, which is pretty hard for me because it's like this is primarily what I update on my YouTube channel. But if I say too much, then it's also spoilers, and like there's no reason to play the game. Anyway, what I can say is that I added a storyline, and I managed to add one model of working enemies. The lighting and shading in the game is a bit of a work in progress at the moment, but it's getting there, I can't stress enough that I am actually pretty new to game development, and because of that, I cannot appreciate enough the help and the support that you guys have given me on Patreon. This game has come a very long way since I first released it, and hopefully I'll be able to have something out for you guys later on before the end of this year. For the most part, what I've shown you is primarily like the main maps of where you'd be playing. This is actually the starting point, but I do have to like iterate something before I even get on to the next part of this video. The reward adult scenes. I almost said something else, but YouTube wouldn't let me. I realized as I was developing this game, not only how hard it is to develop a game, but also how hard it is to make a gripping story. And in order for like the rewards to mean something, the story has to make them relevant. Because I could basically just like post an animation or something that you can just unlock and basically have it there. But if I did that, then put it bluntly, it wouldn't really feel rewarding for all the time and money that you guys have put behind this. So, for the most part, I'm going to do a little bit of wind up. Primarily, I want to establish the world's atmosphere and like what else is like in the world itself before I like basically do a full-on potentially HD animation. And I'm just like, oh hey, here's the Patreon reward hidden within the game itself. Because that was something I was planning to do, because like the game itself actually is free if you go on Patreon right now, but pretty soon I plan to start doing like paid updates that are only Patreon accessible, and each of them would have a different Google Drive link or something on them. I haven't managed to get it uploaded on itch.io, but something I wanted to show you guys that I managed to get done last month was actually the starting animation for the game, and it was a doozy. It was actually incredibly hard figuring out how to create it, but for the most part I'm going to get into that right now, and let me know your thoughts on it down below, because it's one of the first times I ever made like an in-game cutscene. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so this is the start of the game. The fact that I managed to get this to this point without any bugs tearing it apart is something in and of itself, but the save files do work. Fortunately, they are no longer bugged. You hit escape to back out from them. And let's get started. So I'm going to let the cutscene do most of the talking, but something I do want to establish is that this is in a dystopian world. Okay, that was the starting animation for the game. Took me a while to figure out how to make it. But for the most part, this is the main playable character at the moment. Before I do, excuse me, anything else related to the other characters, I just wanted to get like this guy's story established. Who is he? What is he doing? Why is he here? I'm not really going to describe what the AAE protocol is yet. That'll be later on in game, hopefully. But here are the controls. You would use WASD to go up, down, left, or right, or the arrow keys. F to jump, the menu is R, and to attack, I believe you would hit space. Yeah, I designed the game. Okay, to attack you would hit space, and to rotate the camera you would hit the Q or E keys. Something else that probably would help a lot is probably hitting the camera height so that you can actually like see more of your surroundings around you. But for the most part, this is the beginning of the game, and I'm going to immediately break it. Because I find that, like, with a lot of games, including the ones I play, the best features are the ones that the developers didn't intend to add, because they completely, like, add a new form of nuance to the game. But anyway, this is a raccoon, and this raccoon is able to climb trees. So if you get attacked by an enemy, you can just, like, jump from one tree to another, but you have to be pretty good at it, because I'm not. That being said, I do have to work on some of the contrast and the sprites for the game, like the in-game models. This is the projectile that you will be using in-game. Happens to also be a light source, but it is primarily controlled by the direction of the camera. So, the higher the camera is, the higher up it goes, which is pretty counterintuitive, but I'm still working on that. I'm also really struggling to not make this character like a Mary Sue or something. Okay, so this is the tutorial, this nightmare fest that you have to go through. So, the enemy has effectively teleported out of reach. They're probably going to fall back down in about 3, 2... Nah, they're not coming back down. Okay. Anyway, what you want to do primarily is just like have the camera itself face toward the enemies. It's a little bit clunky right now because I'm not like, haven't polished it yet. Okay, that one took 3 hits to defeat. Okay. They just don't die. When you have the camera like at its default value of like what it starts out as right here, it's a lot easier to hit these things, but the theme I was going for with these slime enemies is that because they're so sticky, they're basically able to climb essentially any object. So like even if you are able to hide in the forest like here and it's nighttime right now, they can actually still climb the tree and potentially hit you. So anyway, it's daytime now. And that is the end of the current demo. But yeah, essentially that's the way it goes. I have to work on like the daytime shading so that it's effectively like working properly, because right now it's pretty harsh. Okay, so I'm going to stop the playthrough right here because I don't want to like play my entire game or something for you guys. I want to leave something left for you guys. But here you would hit save data. Then you would hit save with enter. Use the left or right keys to scroll and just hit save right here. Escape to go back and... So yeah, that's basically it for the main campaign at the moment. There are not any chapters to currently select from, and the gallery is a really big work in progress. So, earlier I did mention that there were some bugs that needed to be fixed. Yeah, I think I fixed the save value, so yeah, this should be good, and that's basically going to be it for now. So let me know your thoughts down below or what you'd like to see next in the game. I haven't really gotten to the point where I know how to like design sword slashes or like close melee combat, but I'd like to get there eventually. So let's see. Yeah, that wraps it up. Okay. So again, sorry for the late update, you guys. It might actually be after December before I'm able to get the next update for this game finished. But something I need to say like right now is that in reference to RPG Architect, and I don't know if you guys knew this or not because I don't really like get too personal about the updates, but I'm developing this game so fast that the tutorials that the developers have for RPG Architect are covering topics that I've already included in-game. I was not actually supposed to know how to launch the projectiles yet in-game. They're just getting to that now, but I found a way to make like 2 projectiles, one of which I'm not going to explain how it works yet because it's buggy and it doesn't deal damage. I wanted it to deal damage because it was a close melee assault type, but it doesn't currently. So for the most part, yeah, this is currently how things are at the moment, and I'm really struggling to figure out how to end this video because I know the moment I end it, there's going to be something else I want to say, but I think I covered everything. So advanced character designs, kaiju like this, they probably won't be here for quite a while, probably not even going to say when exactly, but for the most part, this is it, and well, I hope you guys enjoy this current patch note, and yeah, that's basically it. Bye.